he got to do with Puff and Mariah, he's actually sacrificing you for the bigger deal that he has to do. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? I was just a smaller deal of the money. So I don't feel no way about it. But I understand there's times when people are sold out by their own, and that's why even when people hear me speak, I'm passionate about that because a lot of times we're trusting the people that we think we can trust right next to us, and they're part of the demise. That's different. To me, it's different. I don't know about anybody else. That's different than you just thirsty. They had 100 bands and you took it, and now you complaining about
Mace,
it. Mm-hmm.
you said something earlier about the labels encouraging this gang violence. So, and you said it's up to us, and that was correct, that they're going to encourage you to kill your uncle, your brother. It's obvious that they have an agenda against us when they own the labels. They put out little boy rappers that are like little girls, and they're talking gangster.
Hey, I
No,
ain't
I
gonna
mean,
lie. I don't know where y'all be getting y'all information from, but I swear to God, I've never heard no label exec encourage no gangster street shit.
no,
Like
it's encouraged by
we
what they
gotta be
sign.
realistic. We gotta be realistic. A lot of these kids are making these videos in their neighborhoods before a label even hear about them.
And the
The
label
label is
sign them.
just signing it
Listen,
because it's
21
hot.
Savage, you're not
Like,
talking to a rookie. I've been in the music
all right,
industry
baby.
myself
All right, baby.
decades.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
what we basically saying
I've
You
is,
need
never
to
heard a
Google Donnie
label.
Ray. Catch up.
I've never heard a label exec ever in my life tell no
I've been
artist
in the label
to
exec
go kill
rooms.
Just
I've
somebody.
look,
heard a
just
lot
look at
myself.
the record label at the plug, and they just pushing the drugs,
yeah,
man.
you
That's what
don't
they
have
doing.
Bruh,
to,
they just
but
push.
that's the power. That's the power of having power. You don't really have to say anything. What you support is what you encourage by default. If
So
somebody
everybody
stand
who
in front
listen
of me,
to it is a problem too, then, right? Basically,
Exactly.
what did you say?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm
Everybody that
if
listens
you
to it is a
listen
problem
to it,
too.
you just like them. If
Right.
that's what we doing, like,
And I'll
Yeah,
be
Not
that's
back.
not really.
ultimately where we have
True.
to go.
that's really that
Honestly.
you supporting it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a
Every
profit
time
motive.
you
They
listen
don't.
to a song, you are contributing money to that. You're spending your money
True.
to that. That's you giving them income
Yeah.
off of it. So it's all the same thing, whether you buying it or selling it.
And they wouldn't sign artists that
Self
don't make
destruction.
money. They wouldn't sign artists that won't make money. If nobody listened to gangster shit no more, they'd be like, "Oh, what are they listening to? Let's sign that shit." So we have to understand that it's like there are two sides to it, right? It's a self-perpetuating
I ain't gonna
prophecy.
lie,
It's supply and demand.
I'm not no music label spokesperson, but a lot of this shit be sounding like conspiracy theory ass shit. Like fucking exec, this fucking exec went to this hood and said, "Yeah, let me get him. He's gonna kill him. I'm gonna sign." I don't know about all
Hey,
that. I don't think that's what's
I
real.
don't have
Yeah,
to
and
sound like
I
a
don't
conspiracy
subscribe to
theory.
that
I could
either.
go ahead and
Niggas
drop
know
some
I
real
don't
facts.
subscribe to that.
I
If
could
I could,
drop some real data,
Miss
some
Donnie,
numbers.
real quick, if I could say something real quick,
yeah,
Yeah,
drop that
Donnie.
data.
Yeah,
I,
I don't go with that either.
I'm gonna say real quick. It's just like 21. It's just like the bad deals. Like if we didn't have this bad information, we wouldn't have the opportunity for people like you and Mace and other people who are actually in the life to set us straight. And even if you're being sarcastic, it's true. When we able to have these type of platforms, we could bring this type of public information to you, or what is circulating, the information that's circulating. We get to bring it to you. We get to look stupid in front of you, but now after that, we ain't gotta look dumb no more. You know what I mean? Because we know what's up. Now we could look for different information, resources, and stuff. So just like getting a bad contract, it's good sometimes to have some bad information to talk about it, speak about it, and then get corrected. So
Yeah, for sure. But some of it just be like ridiculous, bro. Like very, very exaggerated. Like,
Yeah, yeah, that's like a nigga asking me, did I have to sacrifice somebody to go platinum? No, nigga, I was gifted. I made good music. That
LOL.
you don't have to do that.
crazy.
Yo, Mason
So
21.
I definitely get that.
Since we have this audience, I probably won't have this opportunity again. But since we're speaking about this, right, and we're talking about like black ownership, and we're talking about it in the context of education, and I just wanted to like put this into the ethos. If we're talking about building a community, though, we're talking about ownership. Like, do we ever think about the fact that like black entertainers have wield so much ability, and like we don't hire enough black professionals like as black entertainers, right? Like your
Yeah,
accountants,
I get
your
what he's
doctors, your
saying now.
lawyers.
We got to switch the conversation from being a victim and decide what we could do to be the victors. Because it seems like the
Exactly.
conversation is always blaming somebody else. Like,
I'm
nah,
trying to
nigga.
get there by talking about education because right now these executives that own the labels are the same private investors in these prison systems. That's why what you said earlier rung a bell with me. You are correct. They, whether you see what they're doing or not, if you work behind the scenes with their accounting and their administration, you see what they're doing. So the way to ownership is education. We
What
have to
label?
know.
What can you
I'm
inform
not
me
going to
on?
be I'm not, I don't need to be specific, but you could Google anything I'm talking
No,
about and
I'm
find
saying
out for yourself.
can you enlighten me? I just want to be enlightened on it.
I
Can you
know I
tell me?
cannot enlighten you, 21 Savage,
So
because you
what you
know
saying
this
don't
yourself.
hold no weight then? You
Okay, it
could
doesn't have to hold weight with you, but I'm not just
Yeah,
talking to
that's how
you.
I stand too.
that's
If
that,
you gonna
that
make
Why
a
you
big
can't give an
stand,
example?
put
Like
it
one
out.
example at least.
Yeah, you
like
being rude to him for
that's
no
it.
reason.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, okay, hold up.
You just
Stand by. I'm
talking
going to
without
get some
facts.
examples. I'm going to pull up
Yeah,
my data and I'm going
don't
to come right
cover
back.
don't
I'm going to
cover
come
for
right
the
back with it.
oppressor if you saying there's an
Yeah,
oppressor.
It
she
sounded
be
like
hiding
like
the
Well,
he
agenda.
knew
look,
some
this is
already.
the
LOL.
thing.
If you
What
gonna
I would
say it,
really
say
like to
LOL.
do,
Broke it
I
down.
feel like I'm just trying to
Yeah, this
convince
nigga
Tonight.
face is funny
everyone.
as
I'm
hell.
trying to convince everyone that ownership is the key, but really, I don't
Nah,
need to
nah,
convince.
nah.
You
Tell
can't
us who you
convince me
talking
nothing.
about.
You
Yeah,
can't
because you
convince
said you
Most
was
me
gonna
nothing
bring the
without
definitely.
no proof
data,
though.
Oh,
no
I need
data.
proof to believe what you
Yeah,
saying.
pull that up.
Like that's like
We want to
calling
see
somebody
that.
a rat without no paperwork. Like
You gotta
Yeah,
go look
well,
at
Okay,
yeah,
well,
you
give me
Bill.
a
Exactly.
minute
Get
to
the
pull that up.
facts.
Let,
You said you had the
give me a
data.
second
Now
to
you
pull
need
it
a
up,
few
and then,
minutes.
Man, where
You should
them
have
LOL.
had
numbers
that
You
on
at?
finna
here,
go on
mama.
Well,
Wikipedia then.
I
Hey,
have
well,
to
I
Mitch.
didn't
look
think
at
Hey,
I
it.
Mitch.
had to prove it. I
Oh,
didn't
you
Hey,
think
got
I
to
why?
had
prove
to
Miss
prove
anything.
it
Baby
because
bro.
the
Yeah.
Hold
private
on,
wait.
write it
prison
down on
system
him.
is
Like,
also
hold
owned by
on,
your
sis. Hold on, sis.
oppressor.
It's okay. It's okay. Just get it together and come
Okay.
back.
you just
Get
asked
it,
me
get it together.
you just asked me. I said I had a bank account,
I can't
financial
give an
literacy
executive name,
program.
but
Look,
I'll tell
Now,
you this.
I told you I
now,
had a
if you
Warner
don't got
financial.
Brothers,
the name,
I
if she
told you
Warner
I had
capped,
a
Brothers.
Ghana.
financial literacy program,
Well,
and
I
you
just
asked
gave
me
a name, but
right.
everyone's
But
over
look,
talking.
what you? Oh, okay, my bad. Go ahead, say the name. You can say the
Yeah.
name,
Unmute your mic, love.
Queen. You can say the name.
She
You gotta
cat.
unmute your mic, Miss.
Donnie.
PTR.
She getting
Well, I
the
She
got
Getting
something
data.
to
them
say real
numbers.
quick.
she's
PTR.
Getting
going
them
Them
what
numbers
numbers
you
right
call
unreasonable
it.
here.
to ask her to cite a source.
If she cap, if she capping, I don't know what to do.
I
Look
was
at my
waiting on the
PTR,
facts.
listen. I've been waiting to come up here for a minute, real quick. I'm gonna say this and then I'm going mute. I was reading the caption and say, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all done talk about that, but 21 my favorite rapper, and I'm gonna stick beside him. So he right. So that's all I gotta say.
Okay,
LOL.
are y'all
Hey,
ready?
you
That
good?
Are y'all
that'll be
ready?
sticking
I got
Yeah,
beside
my
the
Let's
data.
go.
facts.
Yeah.
Are y'all ready? Take a
mute.
Yep.
listen. I'm gonna read it straight. This is some. I had to find the paperwork I printed out.
Now she talking big.
No, I'm just
Cite your
I this is
sources
what
too.
I do for a living.
Stay.
I don't have it
Uh,
in my memory because I don't do this research to prove it to someone. I'm not like a
It
scripture
say
quote.
registered nurse,
Okay,
loan officer,
I'm
real
just
estate
gonna read it out
investor.
In
loud.
any
Right?
basic assignment, if you make an accusation, you have to cite a
Okay, well let
source.
me.
She said
I'm
she
just
got it.
trying
She
to
said she
do
got it.
Who
Give
that.
to
her, give
ask?
her the mic so she
Let
can
her,
go.
let her, yeah, let her.
Right now, three companies, Warner Records, Universal Music Group, and Sony Music Group, control around 90% of the depiction of hip hop. At the same time, two companies, CoreCivic and GEO Group, own almost all of the private prison beds in the USA.
Yo, no disrespect, cause I'm a journalist, but where you getting this information from? I'm just asking. Like I'm asking.
They
I'm
hold
interested.
on. They look. She just look. You just named four different companies. Can you explain how they coincide with each other? You
I
said
think Aaron's
What
PTR
connects
explains
them?
it pretty well.
yeah. Can you
And
finish?
yo, she,
They're the largest shareholders in both media and prison
yo,
industry. Look, everybody's on their phone. Just Google what I just said.
Yeah,
That's
but
all
I'm
you have
saying,
to do.
can you read where it explains how the record label and the
The
other
people
I
who
just
companies
own
let
the
you know
own
that
prison,
the
both
prisons
record
industries
are
connect.
companies
connected?
I just named are the largest shareholders in prison systems. You can Google it.
Read
But
no
it.
she,
Donnie,
Hold on,
no
hold
wait,
on,
Donnie,
y'all.
asking
Hold
that's
on,
you
hold
Donnie,
to
on,
that's not
y'all.
write
completely
in.
Hold on,
accurate.
y'all. Hold on, hold on. Can you read it one more time all the way through and everybody just mute?
Where you better get it right now.
Warner Warner Records Music Group, Warner Records Universal Music Group, and Sony Music Group, Vanguard BlackRock, Vanguard and BlackRock are the largest shareholders in both media and prisons. Google exactly that, and you will see it all for yourself. I just
Can
told
I
you what to
Just read
Google.
it.
Donnie,
Just read it. Just
Donnie,
I,
read
but
I
it.
just read it.
I'm
no
Dang.
saying
that
everybody was talking over you. Can you read
Look,
it one more
I
time,
just
Queen?
read enough. I want everybody to Google it so it'll be in their phones.
oh, she hostile.
can I just explain what Bonnie's trying to say? Because it's not exactly what Bonnie is saying. Okay, so
That shit don't
what?
make sense. That's what
No,
the hell she's saying. It don't
this is
make
what she's saying. So Vanguard and BlackRock are investment companies, right? Like those are Vanguard is like a private is like it's not a private equity firm, it's like an investment bank, and BlackRock is a private equity firm, right? Those companies invest